Hi, friends. Matt Noyes, great to be with you. You know what? We do not expect a repeat of what happened in Connecticut in New England again today. You saw with Danielle in Sunday's Evening Essentials. It's still on our homepage, onedegreeoutside.com, where some of those rainfall amounts are pretty epic. We'll take a look at that in Insights coming up, too. But while there will be numerous showers and downpours today, we just don't see them stalling out in the same places and rebuilding again and again like we got in Connecticut yesterday. Moderate to high rip current risk at our beaches, definitely worth being aware of. It's almost a dangerous point for kiddos in particular, but it's going to be southeast facing beaches that are most vulnerable from Cape Ann through the North Shore, the Outer Cape, South Coast of New England, and also mid-coast down east through Maine. And that's just because of the swell, the waves coming off of offshore Hurricane Ernesto. For some of us, there's probably a few-hour window this evening where you could view what is a lot of words, the full Sturgeon Blue Supermoon this evening. What is a full Sturgeon Blue Supermoon? Well, look, it would be called a full Sturgeon moon this time of the year anyway. This is a blue moon because you got two full moons in 1 month, all right? That's a rarity in and of itself, but a supermoon is when it's within about the 90th percentile of how close it is to Earth, and therefore it looks a little bit bigger and a little bit brighter for you as well. So when you're going to get to see it, I'll show you here coming up in a second. All right, dew point temperature is running about 70 or greater in spots. Very humid air that's with us, and that's why there's fog around this morning, even including in the Boston metro. It's also why there is still the risk, a slight risk for flash flooding today, even if it's not the same setup as what we saw in Connecticut yesterday. The ground is waterlogged. You're going to have some heavy downpours, and on top of that, there is a risk for isolated severe weather, mostly straight line damaging wind inside some bursts of the heavier storms that develop, again, largely due to the amount of humidity in the atmosphere, and that's a lot of energy for these storms to feed off of. So notice we get through late morning, yep, still downpours and showers around. Track the live radar using our app, certainly, and you'll find those downpours still around parts of eastern New England at lunchtime today. There is a huge break, though, for a lot of the rest of New England, which actually moves into eastern areas for a little bit. There's some scattered downpours still at 3 p.m., but most of the action starts coming out of New York State as we head to the middle and late afternoon. By early evening, it's all coming together in western New England. This raises your flash flood threat as it moves in. Again, isolated, though, the way it looks now. And between 8 and 10 p.m., that blasts into the eastern half of New England. Out ahead of it, you might be able to get a couple of breaks and be able to see a little bit of that full supermoon. And back behind it, you don't see a lot of breaks here, but there may be. A lot of times when we generate these downpours, you get some breaks in the clouds behind them. That would be your opportunity, probably between about 10 and midnight, and then I think the clouds and fog fill back in again once we get after midnight. So aside from the rain we're picking up over the course of this morning, the next round comes in from the west, and the mountains may get the most out of that. So you get the idea that where it rains, it pours. Not everybody sees an equal amount of rain. Also, because of the fact that we have a lot of clouds, there'll be breaks of sun as the showers start to pop up. They'll stir the atmosphere a little bit, but a lot of clouds. And so that holds your temperature down. But remember, it's really humid. So it may only be in the 70s, but it's definitely sticky. That's the case through central New England for that matter as well. And actually in northern New England, it's humid, but you in no means do you get warm. You're about 70, 75 degrees, really from Stowe and Burlington running all the way out to Farmington, Maine. You're not even making 70 in the Carabasset Valley. And then the Canadian provinces look a little bit better, a little bit brighter, and a little bit warmer for us today than everybody else in New England. Overnight tonight, the new air starts to arrive. You start to turn more comfortable. And this was something we had told you about even in the 14-day forecast. We like to show you in the Insights video that dew point forecast. And you saw it taking a drop as we get toward the midweek this week. That's still expected to happen. Comfortable air still expected to move in. There may still be a couple of showers next couple of days. We'll talk about that in Insights. And, of course, you can always see all of our videos or just get all the weather data you need on our app. Noyes' 1 Degree Outside weather app on both App Store and Google Play. I look forward to seeing you again with Insights coming up just a little bit later on this morning. Have a great start to the day.